And this is funded by
No
CBP?
offense, my UK people, but I know y'all know how bad that immigration is, man.
Look it up. I don't want to be wrong.
Okay.
Look it up. Maybe you're doing your appointment,
trying to get
but
there.
I know we're flying people in. I don't know if it's connected to the CBP One app. Like, I don't want to claim I know all this stuff.
Okay.
You got to look at it. Just look into it. Like, I know it's like a funny thing, but like, look into it.
Okay, so CBP is basically funding people coming in.
Making it easier. Everything's to make it easier. And people say that the government, what's the one thing you hear when you go to the RMV, DMV? Oh, we're inefficient. We're inefficient. Well, over the last 4 years, I've seen some serious efficiency to get this country filled with people that really shouldn't legally be here.
Wow. Borders are? Anybody?
Yeah, this has been all under Kamala Harris.
Yo,
she's the border czar, right?
All under Kamala is crazy.
This
like,
is
look,
what you call.
I thought that was bad, but like everything else that we're hearing, and this is all under Kamala. This isn't, bro. This is not bad. This is atrocious. This is egregious. This is like there ain't really too much bad words I could really use without me starting to get like without me starting using profanity at a certain point.
Nah, facts.
This is just terrible. It's like at this point, I just need to clip this part and be like, look, man, y'all just need to see this before you vote for Kamala and Biden. Because this is what they've allowed, and they've allowed the suicide or the self-deletion of their own border patrollers just to let in immigrants.
Downright disrespectful to the taxpayer, because all this shit is funded with taxpayer money. They get flown straight here from NGOs with taxpayer money.
So you're pretty much putting your people in danger. You're killing the morale of the border patrol. And you're not benefiting the American people in any way, shape, or form. Okay. But there's still people who's going to vote for them. That is...
presenting a national security issue, too.
I ain't even going to say nuts. I'm just going to say, all right, man. I guess we're not even going to call them crazy. We're just going to call them ill-informed at this point.
The downfall of America. Literally.
I'm really glad we're having this conversation. So that, and it's an election year. The American public needs to know this shit, man. Who's been in charge all this time?
And you talk about elections. I mean, everything's connected. The drugs, the election. Look at all these extra people now.
Who are going to vote Democrat?
They can't. I don't know about the vote, but I'm saying it's like we talk about muddy in the water.
Yeah.
You're talking about 15 million people. I think the number is. We don't even know the real number.
Hold on. My man's question: why are they doing this?
Trump
Maybe that's the reason.
Numbers
why.
up to 20.
One of them.
We can speculate.
Well,
right?
there's a lot of terrorists on the FBI watch list from like, and I'm not trying to profile, but there's a lot of terrorists that are coming here on a jihad mission, bro.
Yeah.
And like, I respect of all people.
45 minutes.
But the FBI is saying like there's a lot of
for Kamala.
let in
right.
people.
Kamala
be
can't,
quick,
bro.
They got paroled in, and they're
quick and easy.
I guarantee you the debate's only going to be like 30 minutes to an hour because Kamala cannot debate longer than 30 minutes.
It'll be quick.
It'll be hella quick.
they were like a terrorist.
And they shouldn't have been, yeah.
They
Plus,
shouldn't
Walls
have been,
carry it.
Because they're trying to
And
obviously...
shout out Jake Petersman, another $20 super
you.
chat.
Go
Yes, sir, man. He said, these are the people that will be quick to sign off on universal basic income. Oh, a socialist policy. Yes. This is part of the Agenda 2030. These are the people that will be quick to sign off on. Okay. I got you. Repeated it twice. Okay, cool.
Actually, you know what's so crazy? Like, this Agenda 2030 has been happening since 1930, so it's really the 100-year plan.
And they say that great replacement doesn't exist.
Yeah, the 100-year plan incorporated by, I believe, the Bilderberg Group. Mm-hmm. It's either that or the Medallion Fund, one of them two.
They're streamlining this shit, so people come from these, special interest countries, SIAs,
remember
and they're not getting scrutinized.
Mohammed Atta?
Yeah, on a visa. Yep.
And then they're also, and I'm jumping the gun. They're, and no pun intended, they're tightening gun laws around the country too a lot of the time. So now we're getting our firearms taken away, and all these other people are coming in. It's like if you ever needed a gun, I would say now's the time to protect yourself.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that there's some brass doing some things that they shouldn't be doing.
That's what you're trying to do.
Yeah, and this is, I don't have a, all I know is first of all, if you're let me talk about the brass. Clearly, I'm not like the type of guy to make chief here, but if I was, I wouldn't put my name on this. I'm not even putting my name on as an agent. Imagine if you rose through the ranks. You were 13, GS13.
Yep.
Imagine if you rose at 14, 15. You're a leader of your agency.
Yeah.
What would you do? Would you step down? Would you make a statement, or would you just fall in line? Honestly.
Yeah, you're gonna
Like
fall
a
in line most of the
coward.
time.
No, but what would you personally do?
Oh, me? If I was
Still in HSI.
And I went up through the ranks.
And you were just like the dude. You were that guy. Yeah, you got groomed to be
somebody
that
like
guy
me
to
or
lead the whole
you,
thing.
the answer would be obvious.
And this was
like,
going
hell,
on.
nah, fuck
Like,
all
say,
that.
oh.
Like, I ain't going. I got my integrity and my morals. But for a lot of these guys, like he said, 6-figure plus, family at home.
It'd have been like, I don't know if I want to risk it.
Like, gosh, it's tough.
Like, bro, they kind of leave
get
them,
it.
Yeah, they kind of leave them tied in. And it's like, damn, so you gonna sacrifice the American people for 6 figures?
Thinking about it, but even before that, they were telling these guys take the jab or lose your job. So they've been showed that they got the control and leverage over these guys. It's sad.
Man,
Oh no, we got to put an end to this shit.
You'd say I'm either quitting or I'm speaking publicly like I'm doing, or but then our chief Jason Owens,
he's the chief of all of Border Patrol.
Border Patrol, yeah.
Okay, Jason Owens. Okay.
I don't have many running. I never really had a run-in with the guy. My buddy jogged past him at the academy. He didn't really say hi to him because at that time he was an academy chief, whatever. He was in Mexico. And didn't disclose that he was in Mexico with another woman, Gloria Chavez, who's also high up, and they were.
What does she do?
She's some high-level politician that's a
The
border patrol agent. She's a border patrol agent, but basically a politician. They get to that level, it's very political.
These are
deputy chief.
They're SESs basically.
Yeah. They're in Mexico with the grandson of the Don Julio maker for his birthday. Undisclosed, I think in Guadalajara or Jalisco.
Wow. And
he's there with the cigar. They got a picture of him. He's got a cigar in his mouth and a cup of wine while this crisis is going on. And he's like, yeah, I was trying to create a border patrol tequila with Don Julio. Just didn't tell anybody about it. What?
Nigga, are you?
And
I mean, like,
there was another guy.
I'm sorry, but like,
really, nigga?
Low key. That low-key been in my face the whole time. Like, ain't no way.
And that was the heir of some Unishippa Global. This probably will get me killed. Let's be honest. I don't know how much longer to live. But this guy's the Unishippa Global. He owned a shipping company, international shipping company. He just happened to be at the party too. Wow. With the 2 highest-ranking officials during Border Patrol, while my friends are killing themselves, and we're letting in all these people. And I'm thinking, if you're that high up in Mexico, don't you probably have some ties that you shouldn't be having, that Don Julio guy?
Yeah.
But
he's
huge
spent his birthday down there.
But he's just, and I don't know what happened with that as far as how that turned out. But listen, kid. I mean, if it's my birthday, I'm probably going to the bar having a few pops at most. I'm not going to Guadalajara, Jalisco, especially as a border patrol. Especially the border patrol chief.
He said, "Yeah, we ain't doing that."
Of all the towns to go to,
even if you are creating a border patrol 100
trust me, ain't no resort there.
Tequila, why? We have bigger problems.
Why are you there?
I appreciate the support in the chat, man.
And even if you're saying
y'all
true,
still in here, and over 500 of y'all still are, man. We appreciate the support. It's been a fire stream that uncovered a lot. We going 2 hours strong. We gonna keep it going for y'all. Round this video out. Hopefully y'all been enjoying the stream. If you have, man, leave a like, double tap the screen. Also hit the 3 buttons in the upper right hand corner, and we just hit 14,000 subscribers. So go ahead and join in on the journey to 15K. Hit the subscribe button as well, man. We got a lot of exciting things coming up. Debate tomorrow. We having a live watch party, so leave the post notifications on so you don't miss out.
Even get it. We don't want a tequila. We want to stop what's happening across the country.
What the fuck?
Look it up. I mean, these are facts. They're not. I'm not.
Wow.
Again, do they care?
The head of Border Patrol is partying in fucking Mexico with another high-ranking official in the Border Patrol, talking about tequila.
With a tequila mogul, whatever it's called. What's that thing called? A big businessman and a shipping logistics international ship businessman.
Beautiful weather.
If you make it that high up in Mexico, you probably have some ties.
Low key. That whole Caribbean area.
So you're not going to get that high up the ladder in Mexico.
Yeah. That's crazy, bro.
The more I hear, the more I think,
what the fuck? What a gross... I mean, at best case, this is a gross conflict of interest. But that's fucking crazy.
Even if you're there to make a tequila, but you didn't tell the Border Patrol about it. Who are you to make a tequila?
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you got to disclose that shit.
Why is it on you to make a tequila?
people don't...
I guarantee you he doesn't have an outside employment authorization to do that either.
He don't need
Guaranteed.
one.
We don't want a tequila, bro. We want to stop the border crime.
He don't need one. You know why?
But I'm going to
He's
probably
cleared.
get in trouble, right, for speaking the truth.
Yeah.
Like, I came down here on my own accord to do that, but I'm going to get in trouble with his kids being trafficked, and he's making a tequila in Mexico.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you put your own money. Like, we didn't pay you. Like, this is all you. Like, hey,
But we
I'm
got enough
coming out.
tequila, bro.
You have no
Whoa,
financial incentive.
why
You
the
just
hell
wanna
is
get the
this
truth out
book
there.
I was on the Uber here.
$4,000?
Like, I'm a religious guy, and like I'm very spiritual and like weird energies. I don't know how that happened in my life. My mother's like a friggin' she's like an Italian witch. It's weird. But I was on a Uber here, like to get dropped off here. Like the last Uber I took. The guy's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna go speak on this podcast. Like, I don't want to bore you, whatever." And the kid's like, "What do you do?" I was like, "If you really want to know, I'm a border patrol agent." He's like, "What are you talking about? My kid's being trafficked." He's like, "This kid's name is Alejandro. I'll never forget it." He dropped me off here. He said my cousin got taken. She's a very pretty young girl. She got taken from us 7 years ago.
Wait, did Jake send it?
Wow.
On the way here. I'd have to be a psychopathic ego freak to make that up. He's like, she was a very pretty girl, and we knew that she wouldn't have allowed herself to get trafficked, so we think she killed herself, and that's what we like to believe.
You know what's crazy? I was out with Vitaly catching, when we catch the predators.
I would like to do that. If I ask for nothing else, when I lose this shop,
Maybe,
put me with Vitaly, bro.
maybe I'll bring you on when we do it.
I have an idea. We'll start the Fresh and Fit
Catch
a
predators?
Predator once a week. We could do it better than Vitaly. We could do it better than Gideon. We could do it better than most people.
I don't know.
Nah, not Myron rubbing his beard, bro. He rubbing like, I don't know, G. I don't know about all that, boy. You may not want to play those games.
I said you did have like that interesting observation about these predator streams to catch a predator streams that Vitaly and other streamers have been doing. Like a lot of these people are illegal immigrants when they kind of dive into where they came from.
Undocumented, but
Scary as hell, bro.
and they here searching for your kid.
Online on these social media websites. And y'all say they coming over here. Oh, they just coming over here trying to get a better opportunity, trying to live a better life in America. Nah, they on these sites predatorially preying on your kids.
We can bring Zach with us.
Exactly. He could be the guy.
Just once we
lead in
catch him, though,
charge.
I'm going to have to walk away because I don't know if I have the impulse control, especially as a regular citizen, because I don't have a job to lose at that point. I might start throwing them things, brother.
That might be your job. But
So,
no,
wait,
good though.
I said. I've been
people
like that a
wanted me to
long
do it
time
for a
ago.
while.
A lot of people have been catching some.
Because a lot of these predators that we
these
catch,
games.
they're illegal aliens. They're not supposed to be here.
But you know what's crazy about this? There's so many of them now. Because guess what? They're coming in through you guys. Well, not you guys, but
Yeah.
those people. And they come in droves.
The kid's cousin.
The work is
bro.
never going to be
Give
done,
a
bro.
fuck.
We'll have content for days. And victims.
Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
So we talked about the brass, and then did you want to say something about Mayorkas?
I mean, what is there really to say then? He's at the helm, you know? I mean, I don't know. You guys can expound if you want.
Listen. All these people of high power are in somewhat cahoots. Not, for example, I'm not saying like they're bad people. I'm just saying
Yo, yeah,
they have
we need
ties
that,
in certain places
Linda.
where like
Please
they
and
get
thank
clear
you.
to do things. Like
Yeah.
for example, I'm sure a guy got cleared to go to Mexico on the low, and it's like, okay, you can do this on the low. But again,
It's crazy.
It's
They
like,
did.
do they care about us other people? They don't.
Well, I don't want to get too political. I think Walter and Myron will like this. The producers. Why are we sending all this money overseas and having the military protect other countries and different bays? I listen. I'm in uniform, so you want to get the other stuff.
No, we won't. We won't.
But why are we though?
Yeah.
Why do
No,
we have the
I'm
military
you're
on
right,
board?
I
You're
like
right.
this
Why don't we
guy's
have the
perspective, but why is he in uniform? He could have came in a Nike Tech and we wouldn't have really known, but
nah,
I guess for the authenticity.
Yep, he said, I need to let y'all know what it is. It's like, nah, it's real.
Wow, you gotta respect the boldness.
military at our border?
You're right. You're right. We're putting like a lot of effort into
All right, we're checking the email
foreign
now.
aid and protecting someone else's border versus protecting our own.
Like serious stuff's happening. Like before I get off, I'm reading names of these girls and what happened to them and people we encountered.
We can go ahead and get into it now, man. Go
yeah,
ahead.
let's do it.
Do you know how you lose your business
How?
or your country?
How?
You worry about other people's business or their country. That's,
Yeah.
that's how you lose it.
Yeah, it's very
So eyes
true.
are off your country, so whatever happens here,
It's
who
very,
cares?
very true, man.
Yeah.
This is like shocking shit, though. Like what's going on? I'm fucking appalled.
I'm shocked, but I'm not surprised.
Now that because I remember what the immigration system used to be like.
Bro,
This is what he's describing as a 180 bizarre world of what it used to
I
be.
had a professional escort trying to extort me. Nigga, you know what we did behind the scenes, right?
Yeah.
And all the laws.
I knew Walter from somewhere.
and all the laws.
Hey, you were a good friend during that too.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Solid friend. All the laws were kind of like lax in New York. Oh, we can't do this, we can't do that. But there's one way we could do it. I won't say on air, but like, we made things work. But I'm just saying, like, in a whole scenario, it's supposed to mean that people don't care anymore. Like, you're here illegally. Oh, well, you're here. We'll let it slide.
Crazy.
I didn't think I'd be able to shock. I didn't think I was gonna shock you guys. In my head, I was so negative. I was like, "Oh, this isn't really that
No,
new.
dude.
This is
Bro,
nothing."
Dude, like,
Bro, content, real estate,
yeah, when
Castle Club.
when I was on and we were, because I was working hand in hand
I'm
with
glad I
the
could
Border Patrol
help, dude.
agents.
I'm glad
Yeah,
I could help you
no,
guys.
I mean, I was working hand in hand with them. I spent more time in Border Patrol stations than
Oh yeah.
than a
Got you,
lot
got
of
you,
people.
Came in plain clothes like the Big Shot, walking
Yeah.
hot shot. You know what I mean? We're all in the friggin' the uniform.
Hey, man, you know,
He's a
all I know-
smart kid. Northeastern's a good school.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
you guys
appreciate
built
that.
something amazing here. God bless you guys.
Thank you. But for me to hear from you what's going on in the border now,
Let me know if that's any better.
the American public should be
Audio.
angry. They should be livid that this is going on. I'm shocked, like that this is going on. Like this is fucking the biggest mind blow for me was I used to have to fight to get someone an NTA OR. They had to be an
needed it.
informant. They had to have like great information. They're stopping fucking loads from coming in. They're helping me save kids. Like I had to like fucking do a lot of work to get someone an NTA OR. They're giving it to random gang members now.
I have, and they're getting health care, and then we're releasing from the hospital. I
And
have
that
to
is
pick-
crazy. Like, even aside from that, we just discussed that not only can immigrants sue, but they're offered medical care. This man told a story about how a MS-13 agent was illegally entering the country, fell over the border wall, broke his leg, had MS-13 tattooed on his hand, but he still was given medical surgery to fix and operate on his leg. Wild as hell. And he got the opportunity to sue. He has the opportunity and the choice to sue. It's crazy as hell. They got more rights than us.
pictures and the date.
This is crazy to me. And then you wonder. Then you look at what's going on in Colorado. You're looking at what's going on.
All that. And when he's in prison, all he has to do is say he's seeking asylum and they'll let him out in the country. He's free to go.
In these different places where there's like people committing crimes or killing American citizens. No fucking wonder. And no one knows this.
And then they're not calling ICE to go grab them and remove them after that. And they're going on to commit more
And
crime.
you made a good point. People don't care because it's not them. But the moment it's your brother, your sister, your mother,
Holy
they don't
shit.
care.
Bro, at that point, as much as I've gone my life, I might seriously crack at that
Got
point.
that
bro.
Italian build.
If it happened to my
stocky.
mother, how can you do this and allow
Well, I
this
say,
at
don't
the
think he
highest
ain't
levels?
strong,
knowing that
though.
I mean, maybe your
I got
mother
some
and your
Italian
family's
homies.
safe, but
They-
even if
they
it
built the
wasn't your
same.
mother, bro.
Oh man.
Ain't
Which
no
could
puss.
lead me to the next point. Like, and I wanted to say I was nervous about doing this. Obviously, you'd be scared, bro. But was Paul Revere nervous when he warned that invaders were coming?
Yeah.
Probably was, bro. He's driving around Boston in a friggin' horse.
Yeah.
I'm here saying this is bad. So
Yeah.
it's I want not that I'm him, but you know.
Man, we
but
appreciate
sorry.
all.
No, you good.
Kayla Hamilton, 20 years old, July 27, 2022, in Aberdeen, I believe Aberdeen, Maryland, in a mobile home, brutally raped and murdered, strangled with an electrical cord. The murderer stole her card with $6 on it. MS-13 gang member, encountered by Border Patrol.
Wow.
Nah, but we appreciate all first responders and servicemen, whether it be Border Patrol agent, veteran, got somebody in the chat saying they work corrections and a police enforcement officer. We appreciate all servicemen and public first responders.
He had gang tattoos.
NTOR.
Man, we love y'all, man. Come on now. Keep
Yeah,
up
I
the
mean, he
good
was in the
work out
country.
there.
Yeah, he was encountered
For
by us.
real.
And then he was like,
Ain't
nobody else
"Did
gonna
I-
say it.
you
We
look up the story of
appreciate
the parents
y'all.
sued
Man.
for $100 million.
Cause without y'all, it all went to hell already. I mean, the good ones, y'all kind of buffing it a little bit. Without y'all, it'd have just been a tidal wave.
Oh God.
And I hope they get it.
Yeah.
I mean, or her mother did, and she was as she was being that whole thing was going on. There was a voicemail, bro, so you could hear it. You know, and he was an MS-13 gang member, and they didn't like the government didn't. They refused to produce an audit report related to her murder, so like you're not even getting the information when they requested it. Sorry, let me just go back and.
No worries.
Of course, I lose it as I'm reading it. I'll get there, guys. I'll
Yeah,
get
no
there.
worries.
Yeah.
While you do
Yeah.
that,
Some more chats real quick?
Yeah, I could read some chats while you
Yo.
while you pull that up. I mean, this is
So you can't forget her name, Kayla Hamilton. Like,
Kayla
for
Hamilton.
real, yeah.
and she was killed.
And if any of the families want to reach out to me, I'd like to talk because I lost my brothers to drugs and it was their own decision, but they were drugs that came from another country. So I sympathize with you guys and just I want the families to know that I'm going to say the names. Like
It's the fentanyl,
even though
man.
Border
That's
Patrol
sad.
agents doing this, like it affects us too, and we feel for you guys, man.
All right, so
People can't even
okay.
have first experiences no more. It's like I don't like. First of all, you should never try any hard drug. But here's the thing is though, even the people who first tried cocaine for the first time die.
Innocently enough.
Bro, try Percocet for the first time. die. It's like, whoa, you can't even experiment no more and find out if you don't like it or not. And of course, you shouldn't like it or not. Or you shouldn't even try. But it's sad to know that, damn, just that one experience take him out the game. It's like, I don't know. It's just very sad what we got going on in America with the immigration. And then it kind of feeds into the fentanyl crisis. So it's like, bro, what is getting fixed in America, honestly? Not the economy, not the border crisis, not the drug crisis. It's like, what's really getting fixed here?
It is scary to think that these bad drugs, these laced drugs, are circulating and everybody has access to them. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with the rapper Rich Homie Quan. He just passed away due to bad drugs, laced drugs. It don't matter if you rich or poor. This shit is really out here in these streets, like literally.
Man, that's so sad though. Like, it's the fail because come on, bro. Drugs still, all right.
And that man was older. Like, come on. But still,
probably
a
bad pill though.
Yeah, that's exactly what they said.
Oh, I knew it. The fentanyl.
Read some of these. Hey, W. Martin, great guest. Heard you say any police academy sucks. I started
it
my
wasn't
academy
no
for deputy
kid.
sheriff October 1st.
Yeah,
Anybody?
It wasn't broke.
Bro, just get it done. Put your head down. You know,
Kodak
they're gonna yell at you. They're gonna treat you like shit. It's gonna suck. You're gonna get maced more than likely. You're gonna get
Kodak
tased.
or future next, man.
Just accept the fact that embrace the suck.
We
Get
gonna
it
be on
done. It's,
stream,
most
buddy.
police
Nothing but
academies are
that.
somewhere between 3 to 6 months. Just get it done and get on the road. What else do we got here? Frunky. Mallow Boy says, "Hey Martin, what's the NTAOR? Did I spell it right? I want to investigate this. And what is the other one that deports illegal document grade content? Ghost does not like this. Let's find the kids, man. Yeah. So okay, I'll repeat this one more time while Zach finds the names. When you're caught by immigration, right? Let's say Border Patrol. There's many ways that they can process you to to either allow you to stay in the country or to be deported, right? You have to be encountered. You get something called an alien registration number, and then from there they process you.
Funny enough,
in the
like there's always been like people who intentionally lace or lace pills and lace drugs that circulate the market, of course. But I might be dating myself here, but you used to be able to innocently try some shit one weekend with your college friends without having to risk your whole damn life.
Yeah, it's like, bro, can you even do like psychedelics anymore without dying or something?
I might be exposing a little bit of myself here, but it didn't used to be like this. Like, you used to be able to innocently have some fun one time with your homies, but damn, it's just scary out here now. Glad I'm older, man.
Well, depending on how you came in.
Yeah, glad that wasn't our generation.
Man.
What's going on right now is it used to be you come in illegally, you're getting something called an expedited removal, which basically means you're going to get removed from the United States expeditiously within 2 weeks, and that's probably the
like
fastest
I
and
said,
most
it's always
efficient
been
way
a
to
thing,
deport you.
but nowadays,
right?
man.
Or sometimes they have a voluntary return as well. But an expedited removal, it shows the record, you have your alien number, etc. It's quick, efficient. Then they have something called an NTAR, notice to appear, release unknown recognizance, right? And that means that you're going to see an immigration judge at a later time, and that judge is going to dictate your fate, whether you get to stay or not. Remember, guys, there's independent courts for the immigration system itself where you're going to see an immigration judge. The reason why that one is what people like is because you might not see an immigration judge for years. And what's going to happen is when you do the NTAOR, they're going to send you somewhere in the United States where you have family, right? You'll stay with them because you're not supposed to be working, wink, wink, which they normally do anyway. And you're going to wait until you have your court date with that immigration judge based on the jurisdiction that you're staying in. But it might take years because immigration courts are backed up. That's when these people do the stupid shit that they do and they commit the crimes. And then that's assuming they even stay at the address that they put in the paperwork. 9 out of 10 times they don't. They go somewhere else.
Why would you
So they're
stay?
going on the
Why
fucking wind. Why would you stay?
Yeah.
So... And this is why NTAORs were so hard to come by, and you needed like a real good reason to give somebody one. Like I gave you guys the example. I would have informants. I want to sign them up. Border Patrol, can you help me out here? I want to sign this guy up. Can we do an NTAOR? They would literally tell me, no, you do it yourself. We don't want the liability. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I take him. They release him to my custody. I handcuff him. I take him to the office. I fucking process him, give him the NTAOR, and then he goes and he's my problem. Border Patrol wouldn't do it. Fast forward fucking 4 years. Now they're giving NTAORs to fucking gang members.
Single adult males, bro, coming from all these countries, thousands, millions of people.
So they're giving these NTAORs, and then on top of that, they've created an infrastructure to expedite it, including creating positions, bringing in other agencies,
mandating other agencies like HSI.
They're making HSI agents help process these motherfuckers.
FPS, Federal Protective, Air Marshal. So now you let.
We showed a video on stream the other day. Independent journalists at the border it was like a 5-minute long video of like 100+ immigrants, and a lot of them were fighting age males. Like it wasn't women and children until like almost the end of the line, but literally coming from all over the world, entering through the southern border. Like, man,
going everywhere and throughout America.
And there was people in the comments said we were spreading fear propaganda. Like, what? We were just sharing the video. Literally, the man in the video didn't even say anything. He just asked them where they're from and where they're going. Bro, and there were some kids in there solo.
Man.
As young as 12 years old, crossing the border by their damn self. Man said, wow.
Less safe in the sky. You know, there's less.
Like,
there's less.
They're pulling guys from what they should be doing to help
Right.
this fucking border crisis, but they're not even really securing the border. They're just letting them
Wow.
come in. So we're basically making it more efficient to allow illegal aliens to come into the country.
At a grand
I
scale.
almost
This
wanna
isn't
link
like
that
just a
video.
little, yeah.
So that's what an NTAOR is, guys. And then there's obviously other things. Then they also get the expedited removal, but with credible fear. So they have 2 weeks to get removed, but what do? I have credible fear. So they get to see an asylum officer,
Stamp it. Just rubber stamp it.
which is a rubber stamp. And then what else? What else are the other processing ways? We
You have
talked
like a
about voluntary
WANTA.
return.
You have like you can be held for an NTA.
Yeah,
So notice to appear, now we're holding you.
yeah, but that rarely happens. They don't have
Yeah.
the bed space for it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
there's other ones too.
Yeah,
but
notice
I'm
to
not-
appear is where they hold you in immigration, but that's assuming ICE has bed space.
There's a bag and baggage, which I don't even know what the hell a bag and baggage is. You know what a bag and baggage is?
I've never heard that
It's
one.
basically I think it's more or less an I-44 with a couple extra paces, so we're not even really doing that. Like, you've come into the country on an NTAOR, you've left, we've caught you coming back in, and now we're just reinstating that original NTAOR, so we're not even punishing you.
Oh, that's rare. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but we're not even punishing you. so
Yeah,
now
that's
you go
crazy.
yeah.
Because you're not supposed to leave when you get the NTAOR, but these motherfuckers leave and come back.
And we just write a little blurb where we caught you, and you're good
And
to
we
go.
got innocent people in jail right now for years.
Oh, I believe it, brother.
Yeah.
System's fucked.
Free those men. Free
crazy.
those men,
Yeah.
bro.
What else do we got? Did you
No,
find other
go
names?
ahead. Yeah, but go ahead.
No,
man.
no, go. Let's.
Lincoln Riley, 22 years old, from Augusta,
trying to
University. I'm sure
find
you
it
guys
right
heard her because
now,
her
actually.
name was mispronounced by the president of the United States.
Oh, yes, the girl
Her
that
name
was
was
killed.
Lincoln. Yeah, it's not Lincoln, by the way. It's Lincoln. Just it's important to me. Yeah, that's important to me. She was out jogging. Killer had been caught and released by us.
Wow.
Border Patrol apprehended Jose Ibarra, and I don't even want to say the kid's name, to be honest with you, but he was caught in September 2022 by the Biden-Harris. He was caught and released,
Wow.
Yeah, he was released due to urgent humanitarian reasons or significant public benefit. And that's in quotes. Like,
What does that even mean?
just a bunch of stuff to let the kid look up, Lincoln Riley. So
Normally, significant public benefit would be they might be an informant, but the way they're giving out NTAs, I don't know if that's true anymore.
So far we have Kayla Hamilton, Lincoln Riley. We have Rachel Morin, 37-year-old mother of 5, out of Maryland. She was found on a trail, raped and murdered.
Dang.
In quotes I have, she was laying on her back, fully naked, and she had brutal head trauma. Oh, of course I lose it. Oh no, she had brutal head trauma. It looked like her head had been smashed in with a rock. There was a 15 to 20-foot blood trail, so it looked like she had been beaten and dragged into that position.
Wow.
Rest in peace, August 6, 2023. Her killer released multiple times in the U.S. He had
Damn.
started a crime spree in El Salvador.
Wow.
So this man literally got away with brutalizing a woman, and he got away with it because he's an immigrant. So pretty much immigrants live lawlessly, pretty much. So we can do that, and it's a wrap. But they do that, and they can just go out free.
That is
Like,
wild.
bro, I just couldn't even imagine being in the mindset to do it. But the fact that we'd let an immigrant commit such a heinous crime that I believe we should give somebody a death penalty for, but to just let an immigrant out on something I think he should get death for is crazy. It's like he's just out. Oh, bro.
Oh, yeah. There's powerful niggardry at work here.
And
Get out there! Get out there!
Wow. Also, probably let in illegally. Detainers
Been
weren't
counted,
filed.
yeah.
They wouldn't hold him when he was okay. Wow.
And
So we had multiple chances to catch this fucking guy.
Wait,
They didn't do it.
He's not in jail right now?
no, he is, but he
has been released
counted.
multiple times,
He was,
so
what
he-
we're talking about was him.
Border Patrol let him in. He committed crimes. He got arrested multiple times. They didn't honor the detainers from immigration.
I don't know if that's it. Yeah, whatever I said, because I was on quotes. But
Okay.
I don't want to get it
So
wrong.
we don't know if this guy was.
We just know he was encountered. He had been released multiple times in the U.S.
Okay.
Either by us or the cops. Either one is bad.
Yeah, so then detainers weren't honored. Yeah, we can infer if he was arrested multiple times in the United States and he was never encountered by immigration, detainers weren't honored. Or not even placed, maybe. Which they should be, which, like I was explaining to you guys before, legal alien gets arrested in the United States, there should be a detainer placed on him so that he's held for ICE to come and pick him up. What else?
And then Jocelyn Nungaray, hopefully I explained that right, or I said pronounce it right. Houston, 12 years old. She's walking to a convenience store, sexually assaulted and strangled. June 16, 2024.
12 years old?
12 years old. By 2 illegal Venezuelan nationals who had crossed the United States illegally and brought by the border patrol catch and release. We're not really even talking about the guys that we don't catch either. This whole thing has been on guys that we
This
caught.
is just the people that get encountered. These are the people that make it successfully through. There's millions of them too. This is just the people they catch.
In the terrorism sleeper cells, the money that's being spent on them. I'm concerned that if somebody got in and wanted to charge me with a 1324, they legally could.
Yeah.
You could argue that I'm the one trafficking these people. Why am I driving north? I should be driving south.
Y'all make sure to go check out that video I just linked in the chat. I'm going to pin
you
it.
could charge with 18 USC
The video we
1591
covered on
sex
stream the other day, a 5-minute plus long video of just immigrants literally walking into the country and they're telling you where they're coming from and where they're headed.
Personal sources. There you go, man.
trafficking of children. Yeah. By forward fraud. I mean, these are like when you like.
Yeah, if you boil it down, that is that's fucking crazy, bro.
Damn it. Wow. And then you look at what's going on in England and Ireland. Same deal. Yeah. You know, one of my best friends is the first Irish fighter. I just so happened to meet the kid. We developed a good relationship. Tom Egan. He's the first Irishman ever to make it to the UFC from Ireland before Conor. Him and Conor are cool. And he hold mitts for Johnny Bone Jones. Tommy, if you're watching, I love you, kid. We're gonna get some steak tips after this if I don't get in too much trouble. But no, I mean in Ireland and England, what you see going on over there, have you guys seen the videos? No one can get housing. They're building camps for them, like building houses, and Irish people getting thrown out in the streets.
It's fucking crazy, man.
You saw that video with the guy with a stroller, the white guy with a stroller?
Yeah, I saw that. You seen
and
that?
he got stabbed by this immigrant in the UK.
Oh yes, I did see that.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Walk
crazy.
with your kid.
Yeah.
One in the neck, you're done.
Yeah,
and
he survived, but he almost died.
Oh,
thank God he survived. Yeah,
Yeah, he did survive.
He survived.
Good.
He did.
Good.
But he bled out bad. But people were able to luckily call the police there
The
quickly.
guard or whatever. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No,
Is that it?
No, I can keep going unless you want to.
No. Keep reading the names and then
No,
we'll
the
close out
names are
here.
done. The names are done.
The names are done.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, this was a lot to take in, bro.
Yeah, it was a lot to take in.
That was a lot to take in.
A lot.
I mean, bro was going for fact, man, and that was going crazy.
That was alarming. I'm not gonna lie to you.
And make sure you follow Set and Key Media
Should
on.
we show that video real quick again?
Which one?
That one I just linked in the chat.
Sure, but let's. I don't know. Well, shoot, run a poll, see if they want to see the video personally. And then we've got, but right now, let's go ahead and get in some geopolitics. Make sure to follow us on X, man. Set and Key Media, man, on X. Oh God, we there too. Yes, I know.
As we transfer
Israel has just been embarrassed to like we've never seen before. The Houthis in Yemen fired a drone from over 2,500 kilometers away, and they've hit Israel's capital, Tel Aviv. And not only that, Israel's air defense failed to notice the drone, and they failed to shoot it down. And because of this, Tel Aviv has now been classed as an unsafe area of Israel. And quite weirdly, the drone actually flew into Israel via the Mediterranean, which means it must have flown over Egypt and then across into Israel. And because of this, it suggests that the Houthis in Yemen actually have backhand secret information about Israel's air defense radars and their blind spots. Now, according to most media outlets, only one Israeli was killed in the strike, except it proved to Israel that Israel's air defense doesn't really work very well. This strike was more the Houthis saying, we can hit you and you don't know about it. But the important part to remember is that this also shows that if the Houthis can hit Israel from over 2,000 kilometers away, then Hezbollah in Lebanon definitely can. And so because of this, the government of Israel has probably realized that if a big war was to break out, then they would probably take quite a lot of damage. And as expected, after the strike was reported, the Houthis issued a statement on it, and they said Tel Aviv will be a primary target from now on. And there was also this footage of the drone actually hitting the building in Tel Aviv, and obviously it wasn't huge, but it just shows that
You know, showing y'all a little bit of geopolitics. So just letting y'all know what's going on around the world real quick.
Houthis are
Quick
capable
little
of hitting Israel, especially Tel Aviv, which is meant to be one of the most defended cities in the world. But for some more news like this, you can just check out.
Like, yeah, shout out to this dude, Alex Barncoat. Like, you know, he's pretty good content. I like it. 3, though, Israel has broken their treaty with Egypt. Yes, things that you probably didn't know that was going on.
Doing that, they seized control of the Egypt-Gaza border. And because of this, they now...
Yes, they broke their treaty with Egypt. Egypt going to war?
Egypt might be about to go to war with Israel. Last night, Israel invaded eastern Rafah, and in doing that, they seized control of the Egypt-Gaza border. And because of this, they now control that border up to the Rafah crossing. Now, in doing this, Israel actually violated the Camp David Accords. Now, if you don't know what these are a series of agreements that Egypt and Israel agreed to, which meant that they wouldn't fight each other. Now, in part of these agreements, it makes very clear that Israel is not allowed to seize control of the Egypt-Gaza border, except they just did. Now, because of this, it means that Egypt is technically allowed to retaliate against Israel, but it appears that they're not going to do anything. Now, the Egyptian Foreign Ministry posted a statement on this today, and they said they condemn Israel seizing the border, and on top of that, they said Egypt sees this as a dangerous escalation that threatens millions of lives in Rafah. Except nowhere in their statement did they say that they were going to retaliate. They didn't even say that they were going to go to the UN about it. They simply just condemned Israel's actions. But as Israel continues to invade Rafah and they continue to seize more of that border, I'm sure things between the countries could definitely escalate. But this last part is quite important. Obviously, the news is very easy to forget because there's just so many things going on. So because of that, I post weekly summaries of everything that's happened in the last week to my free email list. So if you want to join that email list...
Yep, and that's one other thing I don't know that's going on. God, what did it say, bro? Like, Israel, they be breaking treaties out here. North Korea is sending troops to Ukraine to help Russian forces. Yeah.
Just announced that they will be sending troops to the Donbass region. For the first time, North Korea is going to be sending troops to Russia to help them fight Ukraine. After Putin visited last week, North Korea has just announced that they will be sending troops to the Donbass region of Ukraine to help the Russian forces. The US has responded to this, and they said they will be, quote, slaughtered. The US Department of Defense said, if I were a member of the North Korean military, I would question the wisdom of being sent to Ukraine to participate in an unlawful war in Eastern Europe. And it's worth noting that the US and most of NATO have already accused North Korea of supplying weapons and ammunition to Russia. But for the first time, North Korea has officially announced their military support for Russia. And another first time, this will actually be the first time North Korea has ever sent troops outside of the Korean peninsula to fight a war. Now, the military units that are being sent are military engineering units, and they're going to be sent to the Donetsk region of Ukraine. Now, these troops are expected to arrive within just a month as well. But in doing this, it's also...
So ain't that crazy how Trump was cool with Putin? He was cool with Kim Jong, and
Xi Jinping as well.
So ain't that crazy how now, like, you know, the South Korean president is going to help out Russia?
Yeah.
And they were all cool with Trump, but now that Trump is in office, they're just they teamed up now.
It's like they waited for the opportunity. They were salivating.
And one urgent news I like to put out there would be...
America has just been told to basically fuck off by Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia will no longer be selling oil in just US dollars. Instead, they will actually be trading in the Chinese yuan and the Russian ruble. Now, the reason for this is that Saudi Arabia has decided not to renew their 80-year petrodollar deal with the US. Since 1974, this petrodollar deal meant that Saudi Arabia was only allowed to sell their oil in US dollars. This petrodollar deal is one of the few big things that have been propping up the US dollar around the world. And with this deal over, it means a new currency could very easily take its place. And as you may know, it's possible that that new currency could be a BRICS currency. Members of BRICS, if you don't know, have announced a cryptocurrency blockchain-based currency. And this is expected to be backed by gold, unlike the US dollar, which isn't really backed by anything. And since Saudi Arabia ended this petrodollar deal with the US just today, they have actually said that they could potentially sell their oil in crypto in the future. And so Saudi Arabia definitely seems to be shifting from the west more towards the east. So as you can probably imagine, this is a major blow to the US. And over the next few weeks and months, you could potentially see the US wanting to place sanctions onto Saudi Arabia simply just for doing this. But for some more news like this, you can just check out my other videos.
shout out to bro though. He do give some pretty good information. I like it. I like it. Anyway though, shoot, what was I about to do? Give out. Now let's go on to a little bit more. 10 years. About to.
And America is about to place sanctions onto India. Now, they've been allies for a really long time, but it seems that they're about to become enemies. The other day, India signed a 10-year agreement with Iran, and obviously Iran is America's enemy. The deal that India signed with Iran says that India will fund the building of Iran's largest shipping port. And the reason for this is that this is about to create a whole new global shipping lane across the world. You obviously know, but for around the last 150 years, the shipping lanes from Russia to India have gone around Europe and through the Suez Canal. But with this new shipping port in Iran, which India is funding the building of, the ships will no longer go around Europe or through the Suez Canal. This means that the West will totally lose control of all of the eastern ships that travel through that shipping route. And that means that even if they wanted to, the West couldn't enforce sanctions onto eastern countries. So I'll explain how this new shipping lane is going to work. The cargo that would have been sent on ships and through the Suez Canal will instead go from Moscow down to Iran on trains. This is a new railway that's just been completed, all the way from St. Petersburg down to the Chabahar port in Iran. And that Chabahar port is the port in Iran that India has just funded the building of. And then from that port, the cargo will go from the trains onto ships, where it will then most likely go to India or other countries around the world. Now, this port is expected to be completed within just 8 months, and as soon as that's completed, the West is going to lose all control over the eastern cargo ships that use this route. And as I said at the start of the video, the US may be about to place sanctions onto India for doing this. The US State Department said, quote,
Yeah, let's be real. We kind of don't got that economic pull no more. That's what I'm saying. Ever since we kind of like, let's be real, spit in Russia's face. Yeah, they kind of been making it hard for us economically. Like they kind of got together. I feel like if Trump was in office, BRICS would have never became a thing, because BRICS started damn near during Joe Biden's operations.
A move we didn't think all the way through.
Yeah,
or didn't. It hasn't proven to be as useful as we thought it would be.
Yeah, wasn't really the best strategy, but had to give you a little bit of world news before we go ahead and close this one out.
For sure, man. Fire stream almost went 3 hours, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that.
Man, I'm telling you,
We do it for y'all, man. We do it for y'all.
All right, though. But if you want to send in any closing comments, super chat, $1 and up, man, we'll go ahead and engage in it. If you want to continue the conversation. If not, we're going to go ahead and give closing thoughts, man.
That was a lot to unpack.
Boy, that whole border crisis, I was just getting pissed off the entire video. I'm just like,
a lot. I appreciated his perspective, and I think a lot of us need to maybe watch this video back, because a lot of what he said was alarming.
Man, yeah, a lot of us need to watch the video back, because I didn't think he was gonna come out with that much stuff. I'm like,
uniform set.
In uniform, I knew it was bad, but now it was like, nah, bro, it's egregious. I'm like, oh,
it went from being bad to scary.
Yeah, it's like that's what I'm saying. It's like, bro,
it went from being me owning one gun to one owning two guns. Like, what you mean?
Man, it's like, now you really ain't taking my guns. It's like, now you really ain't doing that, because we ain't got nothing else after that, apparently. After that, we screwed.
And like I said, people tend to say people on the right or conservative side inflate the border crisis and the immigration issue. This video right here alone, from the perspective that man provided, should shut y'all the hell up. This shit is serious. This shit is serious, and they're everywhere. Yeah, they're everywhere. I don't mean to make it sound like a pandemic, but an undocumented is an undocumented.
And the problem is, like, it be these I'm gonna steal this one from Check, but we like to call them Blue MAGA. And Blue MAGA is like, how MAGA believes that Trump or the right can do nothing wrong. Mm-hmm. Well, Blue MAGA is where pretty much, the Democrats, the left, can do nothing wrong. Yeah, that's what, and that's what a lot of dudes are when they're Blue MAGA. It's like, oh, well, Trump do nothing wrong, so in our eyes, the economy is good. In our eyes, like, whatever Biden tells us, I'm sorry, but whatever Biden tells us is our reality, and that's Blue MAGA. If Biden says, or if Kamala says that the economy is good, the economy is good. If they say there's not a border crisis or it's not that bad, well, to them it's not that bad. It's literally Blue MAGA. It's like they live in that bubble that, well, society provides them. And it's kind of crazy because they're never willing to look out that bubble, because then they can honestly look out for their neighbor or their, fellow countrymen.
And that's actually scary, because just like a lot of us who I wouldn't even call myself a full blown Trump supporter, but I'm supporting him in this election, whatever, right? It's
Yeah.
like a lot of us on that support Trump can sit here and realize that sometimes he inflates things, sometimes he overspeaks on things. Like his stat yesterday about the drug dealers, like the average drug dealer has killed 500 people.
I'm like, come
we
on,
called him
bro.
out on the spot. Like, come on, Trump. Like that's low key. It's crazy to even think that.
Or the girl that's boxing. He never corrects himself and be like, all right, look, I was wrong. She was intersex. She's
So
a
a lot of times he
hermaphrodite.
speaks in these absolutes, which can be disproven, and they're just flat out incorrect.
Yeah.
But I do think, like you said, Shaq made a great point. Like people on both sides tend to get tunnel vision and just believe whatever their soul, whatever narrative that they're given, and they run with it a lot of times to the bank and don't bother to fact check it. On both sides, it's alarming. Another alarming thing that goes on,
Man.
but. Again, man, feel free to share any thoughts, questions, comments as we close out. 3-hour plus stream.
Man, it was a good
Double
one.
header, man. We ran a 2.5 one, 2.5 hour one right before this. Got me stumbling my words, man, but we do it for y'all.
Man, we appreciate the support here at Sankey Media. We will catch y'all tomorrow. Hey, man. Peace.
Peace.
You have a good
man.
night. 69.
Yeah, it was $100 a day for sure. Got like 40 plus on the last one.
Nice. I did see that. I was like, all right.
Yeah. What we got on Rumble? Do we end that?
No, we did not. You know, we never end Rumble all the way through for some